what's going on? I just wanted to show you my presentation and use my presentation. I'm going to take a video of it on my phone. And this is the burnout of youth sports by me. I'm Joe Musio. And so here's the first slide. It's an overall view. What has happened to the life of youth sports? And I can read it to you. As time has gone on, almost all pro sports for youth ages have decreased in population and participation of children in America. Parents have begun to remove their children from athletic activities, along with allowing their kids to quit their sport for all the wrong reasons, such as risk of injury, too much physical activity, their childhood not being the best on the team, child would rather stay inside, teams being too competitive, increased pressure to win, and stress on high performance. Now, when I think about this happening in the realm of sports today, I feel that these people are having their kids not play for basically all the wrong reasons. I mean, I was always told in sports growing up that you never have the ability to quit, but if I didn't love a sport, I didn't have to play it. But I would never not play a sport due to a risk of an injury, or I'd rather be inside, or the team was too competitive, or anything like that. So I just think the reasons now for why kids have chosen not to participate in these youth sports at a young age is almost silly and pretty unprofessional. So this is breaking down the term burnout when it comes to burnout in youth sports. And off an article I got that the actual definition of burnout in terms of this is a condition of psychological, emotional, and sometimes physical withdrawal from sport participation as a result of chronic stress. Now, people have been talking about this a lot because parents have found this as, I like to think about it as a way out of getting their kids to play. Oh, it can be too stressful, or this is too stressful for my kid. There's too much high intensity. There's too much pressure for my kid, which is the reason I feel like that is how sports mold you as a person. Is you're put under pressure at a young age, and you learn how to face pressure and tough situations in a win or lose opportunity, and it's going to happen both ways. So I think that's the best part about picking up sports at a young age, which I also found is pretty elementary for these parents. So I found this really interesting. While youth sports have decreased, what has skyrocketed is child obesity. And here we have a fact right here from NBC News. Maggie Fox said more than 40% of 16 to 19-year-olds are obese from Duke University. The stat is from Duke and from Wake Forest and elsewhere found. But worse, 26% of 2 to 5-year-olds were overweight and more than 15% were obese. This is really, it's taking a toll on America almost. It's shocking by how this is even being allowed to happen in a way where these children from 16 to 19 are not stressed athletically at all. They're not put to any physical exercise, which is causing this obesity to become a countrywide issue. And now that's going on at such a young age from 2 to 5, where 26%, a fourth of 2 to 5-year-olds are considered obese, where that is immediately taking them back steps beyond you can't even imagine. You're putting them backwards. They have to work so hard just to get to this normal place where they can feel not even athletically inclined, just in shape and able to do things that people who are obese cannot. So here's another thing that I saw was that technology has taken over. And due to all of these advances in technology over the last few years, children have had more fun playing online and video games with their friends rather than going outside. And I found this in an article that instead of going out to shoot baskets with their friends. A growing number of kids would rather get their kicks by shooting their friends online, like Fortnite or Call of Duty, which is shocking to me. I mean, like, everyone plays video games. I play video games. But there needs to be a filter from when, where, what the situation is. I mean, you can't. They're right too. That is the shocking thing about it, is that America is changing through technology. Especially these kids' lives are bred with not only video games and not outdoor activities, but instant gratification, or instant, like, you want something done. For example, you in a video game, if you want something done, you press a button, and it's immediate. You get exactly what you asked or what you requested. Whether you want to shoot someone, you press a button, it immediately happens. While instead of working on something like a sport takes time, and kids just don't really even want to put in that time anymore, which is shocking to me and truly tragic. So yeah, exactly. What kids have replaced with sport activities here? I've listed some things: video games. They're constantly on their cell phones, eating, sleeping, social media, and just overall being inside, which is not what these children need. And here is just a quick percentage chart of decline. So here it says youth sports participation keeps dropping. The percent of children who play team or individual sports on a regular or core basis continues to fall. Almost 45% of kids played a team sport regularly in 2008, which is when I was playing in Little League and at a young age youth sports. Now has dropped to 37%, which is drastic for how low it should be, when it really should be increasing. We should be getting these kids more involved. Here we have this other really interesting thing I saw. It's revolved around the specialization of one sport. So basically, parents have began to focus their kids on one specific sport instead of two or three at a young age. So the sole goal is to become elite at their activity, which I find definitely has its pros. But I mean, when I was growing up, all I did was I played as many sports as I can. I would play 4 or 5 sports in a year, different sports, just to not only because they were so fun to me at the time, but because my parents found it necessary to branch out, because you find out what you truly like and what you don't, along with how to be such a good teammate, and you experience things in every way, along with meeting new people from every district, county, that I would have never met playing just one specialized sport for my entire life. So this is a problem, or not even a problem. This can be a stepping stone, or a block in the road, is the cost of youth sports nowadays. It's become very prevalent in sports all over the past few years. AAU sports have developed, which has been known costs a solid amount of money to participate in these leagues. Travel leagues started up, travel costs, team, jerseys, everything. It does become very expensive, but in the end, I still don't believe that is a valid reason to end a sporting career. So what these children miss out on, I've thought about, is drastic. It's you make loads of friends through teams along with the people you play against. I mean, some of my best friends are kids I had played against for years, never even played on the same team, just competed against them because they loved what I loved so much. That competitive attitude and that trait that winning is fun, and it's an amazing feeling, and you want to compete and you want to be good at something at a young age, that carries you on throughout life in general. Having fun and activity that requires exercise, great time getting a workout in and having fun while doing it. And then you have out of this world experiences playing sports. I mean, I've played video games, but nothing compares to what it's like being in a sporting event, having an out of this world experience. It's really beyond words. And right here, what youth sports give to growing children is one of my slides, and it teaches you what it is like to compete at a young age. Like, when I think about it in a broader way, I think when you compete for something when you're older, you're competing for a job with everyone who goes out for it. And you learn how to do this and how to take care of this in the proper way when you compete in a young age in Little League. All you want to do is win the championship. You want to beat your friends. You want to be the best. And I think that is a great mindset to have, especially to develop at a young age where it can constantly provide backbone to everything you do. It becomes part of you. And you realize what it's like to be on a team, to have people that not only have the same interests, but they all want to win the same thing you want to win. And with wins, you also experience what it's like to lose, and to have what is that feels like, and how you really want that to happen as little as possible. And you experience, like I said earlier, I mean, playing sports, you experience that form of pressure, and that it almost, in a way, I feel like it gets you battle tested for real life experiences, which leads to my thing is that you learn how to never give up, and you know what it's like to fight for something with people. You fight with people for something that you all put in work for in countless hours, instead of pushing that button and getting immediately what you want. And here is my works cited. I hope this is okay, and if this didn't come in very clear, I'd be happy to take another presentation video. Thanks.